Good morning, world. Hello, and welcome back to yet another fun-filled episode here with us on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. As we embark upon what will be another great episode this morning, we thank you all for chopping it up with us, and we thank you in advance for a time that will be had. It is always a pleasure to have you all. Wait, I'm hearing. Oh, that's what I'm hearing, guys. This is my phone. And I got them double connected. Excuse me, y'all. It's the headphones. And so, good morning, good morning. Yes, I'm here to double volume. All right. Hello and good morning, world, and welcome back to yet another fun-filled episode here with us on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. As we embark upon what will be another great episode this morning, we thank you all for chopping it up with us, and we thank you in advance for a time that will be had. And so, yes, world, we are back like a shark attack, back like we left something, back like we ain't got no clothes in our back, and for the world is a better place when the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast is taking place. And so thank you for tuning in with us this morning as we converse about the latest sports topics that have taken place from this past week and will be upcoming this week. It is always a blast to have you all tune in and participate with us every weekend. As a reminder that every week we always like to begin our podcast by reminding our audience that the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast can be found on Facebook via our two Facebook pages, the Early Morning Sports Talk Podcast community page, as well as additionally on our Early Morning Sports Talk Podcast Facebook page. On Instagram at EMSTP. Again, on IG at EMSTP underscore, at EMSTP underscore. And yes, and so YouTube. But by the way, this is yes. And again, so on IG at EMSTP underscore. Y'all got that. YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify as the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, as well as our own Facebook pages via Brandon Price, Jamar Goodman, Ian Jones, aka People Hernandez, as well as our guests for that weekend. Today is January 18th, 2025, and we have seen yet again another fascinating week in the sports world, where we saw the NFL wildcard weekend take place and questions be asked about a few head coaches. Teams also that were ousted, questions were being asked about them, as well as how some of the divisional round favorites could potentially be upset this weekend. On the other hand, we would see Deion Sanders publicly decline the Dallas Cowboys job after there was speculation that he would be interested. Mike Tomlin tell NFL teams to save their time, as well as Steph Curry tell the Golden State Warriors to not make any moves out of desperation, while Jimmy Butler reiterated that he desperately wants out of the Miami Heat. Then last night, he came back and said, I'm back. And so with that being said, yes, we are back like Jimmy Butler, back like a shark attack, back like we ain't got no clothes on our back. And for the world is a better place when the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast is taking place. And so with that being said, introducing our brother from another mother and my partner here on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, Mr. Jamar Goodman. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm good, Brandon. I'm good, Ian. I am, I'm here. It's football weekend. Matter of fact, we got 3 days straight of football, so let's get it.
Let's get it. Yes. And additionally, introducing our partner here on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast and our other brother from another mother, Mr. Ian Jones, a.k.a. Rod Tierwell, a.k.a. People Hernandez. Mr. Ian Jones, my bro, what it do?
What's up, fellas? What's up? How y'all feeling?
Good. Yes. And so with that being said, gentlemen, let's get right into it. And so we have a lot to talk about this morning, and let's get into our NFL conversation. And so we see last week, fellas, what happened with various amount of wild card games. Starting with let's start with the Packers and Eagles. The Packers and Eagles, guys, we see that the Eagles took care of business. We saw that additionally, the Rams. Jamar, we got to publicly start the podcast. We got to publicly start the podcast, and we got to get his boy his props, dog. We got to get his boy his props. is he been consistent as hell in saying that the Vikings were frauds and stating that Sam Darnold was just on a happy-go-lucky train for the moment and that he was a fraud. And boy, when they went up against the big dogs, when the stakes got real, when the situations got real, they went from 14-2 to 2 weeks later packing their bags. And not only packing their bags in a loss that was like close, they got their ass whooped. It's a difference. And so, Jamar, bro, any thoughts on why you thought that the Vikings, or how could you, like the guru, like that's why I call you a guru, bro, because you see stuff sometimes that people don't see. And the average eye can say, man, they 14-2 in. The hell are you talking about?
Yep.
But this boy sees some analysis that the average brain don't see. And so, bro, school is here. Why did you, or how did you see that the Vikings were a fraud, although they were 14-2?
Well, before I even get into it, I just want to say, Ian joined the boat with me last week when we were making the picks, and then also what I was going to reference is what Ian made a status a couple of years ago. I'm like, this does seem very familiar with the Minnesota Vikings. Like when they won 13 games 2 years ago, I said they was the worst 13-4 team of all time. That was a fraud then. Same type of formula now. Look, I know I've been giving Sam Darnold like a lot of slack this year. But there was times where he did look brilliant. I can't even front on that. But it just, like, for me, that team, like, a lot of it didn't seem as convincing with my own two eyes as it should have been. There was games they escaped. There was games that they won in spite of Sam Darnold. And
great defense, very, 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 very elite defense from Brian Flores. He probably played a big role in that.
He did. With all, the highest blitzing team in the league, and if you go against, certain quarterback, a lot of quarterbacks that don't know how to handle that, or a lot of, head coaches that don't know how to prepare for that, and then it's going to look very successful. But look, they went against it's mind-boggling to me, but they had what, three losses this year, right? If I'm not mistaken, in the regular season, 3.
Yes.
And if I'm not mistaken, 2 was to the Lions, and 1 was against the Rams in the regular season. So therefore, they lost to Matthew Stafford twice and Jared Goff twice.
Damn.
Like, what did they have
I ain't know that. Damn.
They all came from Deshaun. They all had some influence with Sean McVay, one way or another. And so, therefore, Sean McVay, if I'm not mistaken, he probably watched that tape, what the Lions did to them in week 18, and said, we're going to do the exact same thing.
Right.
That's what they did. So, yeah, like you said, they didn't just lose. They got whooped. They got beat down. If I'm not mistaken, he got sacked 9 times. So yeah, and they also, and the last thing I'll say, they also went against a team that we was talking about it last week. I know you weren't here, but we was talking about the fact that, the fires and stuff, them moving to Arizona, the distractions, and pretty much it's either distractions, pressure, it's either pressure, bust pipes or make diamonds. They's either going to come out, they're either going to fold like a lawn chair, or they're going to come out swinging. And we saw what happened. They came out swinging and knocked them clean out. So yeah. I've never, as you know, I never really been a fan of the Vikings the whole year. I stand it 10 toes down, and voila. So that's where we at.
Voila. Yes. And so, voila, it's close, bro, but in French, it's voila. Repeat after me, Ian and Jamar. Bro, my bros, y'all got to learn a little bit of French. Say on a count of 3, voila.
Voila.
1, 2, 3, voila.
Voila.
Voila. Beautiful. Yes, voila. Voila. No, Jamar, bro, really, voila, bro. Like, really. You sit here and to our viewers, this is why, and we say it's a copycat league. This is why we say it's a copycat league. And so, in other words, Jamar, you saying that they just got the blueprint from the teams that beat them, pretty much Detroit. They said, all right, we did this the first time. Let's do it again and see what he can do. We're going to dare him to beat the blitz. He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. That's why they call it a copycat league. And so we wanted to start the podcast, y'all, by giving Jamar his props for pointing out that the Vikings were frauds when most of the world was all on the Vikings bandwagon. And shout out to you as well, Keith Shannon, bro, because I seen your post. I seen your post on Thursday night on Facebook, bro. And you said as well that the Vikings were a fraud. And so we want to give you a shout out as well, Keith, bro, and appreciate your support and love all that you're doing with the Offbeat Studios and Entertainment. We see y'all, man, with the karaoke. We see y'all with the events y'all holding, different things like that. And so shout out to you guys as well down in Florida holding it down, Offbeat Studios and Entertainment. Keith Shannon also stated that the Vikings were a fraud. And here they are, eliminated first round, 14-2, and 2 weeks later, it's just all done. And so, NFL conversation, y'all. Additionally, y'all, we will see the AFC take place. Texans stumped all over the Chargers. Khalil Mack, he contemplating retirement, y'all. It was tough to watch the Chargers offensively, and it just made me really just question, guys. Is Justin Herbert really it? And I don't know. Do y'all think they need some more time there in LA? It's their first year?
Yeah, it's their first year. New regime, new offense. I think they need a legitimate number one receiver, and I think they'll be okay after that.
Right.
Defense is pretty solid. Who knows if Khalil Mack is going to be back? But I don't know. They should be okay.
Right. And good morning, Dwayne. Good morning, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Can't stand Buddy, but A-Rod could get that team over the hump. Oh, so you're saying if A-Rod would have come to Minnesota? Interesting. But
I don't
Dwayne, what about right? What about now? It's a few things, Dwayne, because you a sports fan. We all been watching sports for a long time. We gotta give you a little bit of critique here, Dwayne, because I have an issue with your statement, bro. Have you seen A-Rod play football this year? He looks like he's ready for retirement, bro. And so, do you really believe, Dwayne, that he could give the Vikings or get the Vikings over the hump? And additionally, what about J.J. McCarthy? This kid was drafted out of Michigan. He was supposed to be the starting quarterback. The only reason why Sam Darnold got the starting job was because, as we know, y'all, J.J. McCarthy got injured. And so now they bring it back, J.J. McCarthy, of course. And then they just signed, who was that? Tyler Ripien. Ripien, what's the dude name? He the backup quarterback. So they brought back Ripien as their third string. And now it's up for debate between a second string because it'll be between Sam Darnold and they got somebody else, bro, that's a proven veteran that's battling for that second string in Minnesota too. I can't remember his name, but he's going to be a restricted free agent.
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones, exactly. Daniel Jones out of New York. Yeah. And so, I mean, yeah, Dwayne, you could give us your comments, bro. But possibly, I mean, it's an overall great team. Definitely. They got an overall great team in Minnesota, and they got one of the best receivers in football. Yes, but if you look at his numbers are as good as some others like Josh Allen. Okay, the numbers of Aaron Rodgers. Okay, so this is for the entire season, or? Oh, okay. His numbers are as good as some. Okay, you just answering Daniel Jones. Okay, yes. Thanks for answering. But yeah, so you saying that A-Rod got numbers like Josh Allen? He do, Jamar?
I would have to look into that one.
Yeah. But I
want
I
to
mean,
say
if he
no off
do,
surface, but
right, me too. But I mean, I know Allen ranked 14th in the NFL attempts, 16th in completions, 14th in yards, 7th in touchdown passes, 4th in interception rating, 8th in passer rating. And so let's see if A-Rod is near there. Because the thing is with A-Rod, when I was watching him this year, Dwayne, he didn't look the same, bro. He looked hobbled out there. He looked like he was struggling. He didn't look like he was mobile as he used to be. It wasn't the A-Rod that I was used to seeing. It looked like a broke down version of A-Rod, sort of like he used to be a Cadillac, not his ass a Hyundai, if that makes sense. Like used to be a Corvette, now his ass come on, Ian, give me a hoopie, bro.
A Cavalier.
Bruh.
That was my first car.
Hey, bro, that was my first car too, Ian.
Yep. 2-door Cavalier.
Wow. Hey, I had a 2002 Chevy Cavalier, bro. It was dark green.
Mine was a 97.
Hey, Jamal, remember me riding that 2002 Chevy Cavalier Purdue?
I remember.
I used to be at the dorm, bro. I thought I was balling, and I had my Cavalier, boy. You couldn't tell me nothing, boy.
Hey, that was a good old day.
Wow, man. So the point is, Dwayne, that right now, A-Rod looking like a Cavalier. He looking like a Hyundai, bro. He ain't looking like the vehicle that we used to see him as being. And so it's interesting. We'll see what happened with the Vikings this offseason, but I know he's been rumored for places like Pittsburgh, possibly. But the biggest rumor that I've been hearing from him is retirement. And we also heard this week that he stated he's done with the Jets. He of course, he put that on him. Right. And so, how do you guys feel about that? Do A-Rod need to retire?
Yeah,
and you seem like, I mean, Jamar, you feel like it sound like you hesitating, but why do you think he need to retire?
I think that Achilles injury set him back. You know, he's an older guy. You know, he's in his 40s now. It's not quote unquote a spring chicken anymore. So that's like the worst injury you could have. I think, to be honest, that's probably an even worse injury than an ACL these days. Achilles is hard to come back from. We just seen Deshaun Watson re-tear his Achilles during rehab,
Right.
and I think his career probably is pretty much over. It's hard to come back from a ruptured Achilles to come back the same. So, man, at 40, and he came back off of that. He didn't look the same. I don't care how good he could throw that ball. If he can't move and react the same way he used to, I think it's time to let it go. At this point, I guess he's kind of ring chasing it. Ain't happening no more, dog. Go ahead, retire. Take your one championship right off to the sunset. You couldn't even get it done with that loaded offense this year. He had Bryce with Breece Hall, Devontae Adams, Garrett Wilson. Man, just hang it up, bro.
Now, on the other hand, Jamar was kind of hesitating.
No,
Why were you hesitating?
No, I was hesitating. I wasn't hesitating at your question. I was hesitating between this here. So I did look it up. I mean, from a passing yards and a passing touchdown standpoint, I mean, it is very comparable. Actually, Aaron Rodgers got more passing yards, and they got the same number of passing touchdowns.
Garbage time.
Hey, stats are stats on that one. But, I mean, Aaron Rodgers has, 5 more interceptions. they got the same number of fumbles lost, and of course, Josh Allen gonna have more rushing touchdowns and rushing yards. But I mean, from the eye test, yeah, it looked like the man can go. It does, but I mean, I would say there's still worse quarterbacks in the league starting than Aaron Rodgers, so I could say that much.
Yeah, of course.
Right, but I think this is where, guys, we talking about that spring chicken. And you just mentioned he ain't a spring chicken no more. And Josh Allen right now, he's still a spring chicken, Jamar. The difference, it sounds like to me, is the mobility between the two. It's the fact that Josh Allen can move more. I mean, if we talk about passing yards, that's the same. Touchdowns, So, it seemed like the difference really between the two is that Aaron Rodgers is less mobile, and when he out there and we look at him, his ass look like he needs to retire because he can't move. And it's the injury.
Dwayne got to chill.
A-Rod need to invest his money in dark rooms and weed, and Deshaun Watson need to go ahead and invest in some freaking.
Hey, Dwayne, man, it's too early, dog. You got to chill, bro. You got to chill, bro.
And so, I mean, Deshaun Watson, he probably getting a massage right now, man, because, it's the morning time. He healing from the injury right now, so I'm sure he's getting a lot of massages right now, man. And so, hey, we on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, we encourage others to invest into business ventures. And so if he got to invest into some freaky massage parlors, fellas, and he get a return off it, then we can't knock the hustle like Jay-Z, And so we'll see what happens with it. But on the other hand, we'll see what also happens with Aaron Rodgers. Minnesota Vikings, they out of there, unfortunately. But life goes on. The Commanders, man, shout out to them. We're going to get into them. We're going to get into this rookie, man. Because a lot of moments where I looked at them, fellas, I stated that the Commanders were not for real. There was a lot of moments where I thought that they could get gacked, But sometimes when you have a difference maker, a big difference maker, you see some amazing things. And so just curious, guys, are you guys impressed with this rookie, Jayden Daniels? And does it really, Father Time is undefeated in the career, the most players dream of. Call it quits when you are still serviceable. He has nothing left to prove. He's among. Yeah. Yep, this is true, man. A-Rod, he definitely has nothing else to prove in my eyes. I mean, he's one of the greatest that I've ever seen. He got the ring. I mean, what else more can you say? And so, but guys, just want to talk about this kid, this rookie quarterback, that we passed on. And he's in Washington and he's doing some great things. Of course, he's impressive, guys. Of course, he's impressive. But, Jamar, have you ever seen a quarterback with this composure as a rookie?
No, I don't think we really have. If we sit here and think about it, like just throughout the great rookie season for as far as quarterbacks over the years, I don't think we really seen this one in particular to this point. I mean, the guy's been stellar. He's been clutch. He's definitely been clutch. Last week, even though I picked the Bucks, I'm like, this game is close. Like he's probably gonna win, and that's what happened.
Yep.
And it's more so like the composure, the sense that he's been here before type deal. To not put the ball in harm's way more times than not. You don't necessarily lose a football game with him, but at the end of the day, I mean, he's still a rookie, but man, this is impressive. Commanders have definitely won a lot of games this year that maybe they shouldn't have, but nevertheless,
Right.
like what Bill Parcells said, your record is, you are what your record says you are, type deal.
Right.
So yeah, man, he's been phenomenal. I don't think we've really have seen it to this degree. I know CJ Stroud was sensational last year, but I feel like he's playing better than in his rookie year than CJ has in his rookie year right now.
Right. Right. Yeah, and just quickly, bro. You've been on the bandwagon for Jane Daniels since day one. I remember last year you were actually one of the few that was stating that you believe that we should have actually took Jane Daniels. I remember that, and you were heavily considering just making sure that we as Bears fans look more into Jane Daniels. I know everybody was all into the Justin Fields versus Caleb Williams, but you were kind of stating like, hold up, y'all kind of sleeping on Jane Daniels a little bit, man. Like, I was kind of getting that vibe from you, and why was that the case, bro?
Well, I think I stated, if the Bears draft Jaden Daniels, that they should just keep Justin Fields. But nevertheless, forget those. Sorry, Bears.
Come on, bro.
No, Jaden Daniels. I think I'm really impressed with his. I know he's mobile. I know he can throw the ball. But I think the most important thing, and I feel like this is why they're winning, is his decision making. At times, when times get rough or he's under pressure, he doesn't force the ball. He's not rushing. He's going through his progressions, and I think the Commanders, they have made his transition into the NFL a real smooth one. And I think that's the difference between him and Caleb. Yeah, I mean, you see it on the field. He's playing with confidence. He's not playing and thinking. He's playing off reaction. He's not playing and thinking. Um, he's asking the coach, can they go for it on fourth down? He's asking the coach, can they run this certain type of play? And then he goes, throws a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? So it's the confidence, but that comes from them just probably simplifying things and make his transition easy into this league. And the younger he's balling, you see the same with
Right.
Bo Nix, just like Deshaun stated. But yeah, I think that's the big difference, his decision making.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, good morning to our viewers, y'all. We appreciate you all, really. We do. We truly, truly appreciate you all. Continue to support us, guys, in various ways on the podcast. Uh, Support this stream, and what you can do is support us in various ways. Um, this link right here is this QR code. This is a QR code. Just take your telephone, use your telephone, pull up the QR code, and from there, guys, you could give to the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast, or you could just stay connected with us. We can be found obviously on every platform from YouTube, Spotify, Instagram at EMSTP_. We even got Ian, who's our model right now, and we got some other models in the coming for our gear. Good quality clothing, good hoodies, good shirts that you could rock and be proud of, as if you rocking Ralph Lauren. It's the same thing, same quality, y'all, really. And so rock with us on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. We appreciate you all. And so let us now get into our NFL divisional round picks. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with you, Ian. We're gonna start with you, Jamar, actually, and then we're gonna go with you, Ian, and then I'll follow up as well. To our viewers, we want your picks as well, and what we'll do is we'll post it on the page so that we all could just post our picks. And so starting today, the Texans is at the Chiefs. A lot of people believe, y'all, that the Chiefs could get got, and they've been escaping a lot of games. But then there's also this narrative, Jamar, right, that the Chiefs, they just been kind of coasting their way into the playoffs, and that when it's time to play real football, then they're gonna get for real. And that's crazy to think, though, being that they were 15-1 until they kind of took off. They did take off week 17. And so with that being said, Jamar, Texas at Chiefs, and not week 17, they took off week 18. We love to correct ourselves. Say week 18 they took off. But the Texas at the Chiefs today, bro, 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. Who you got, Jamar?
All right, just so people know, Chiefs are favored 8.5, 41.5 over under. My question is, who's a lot of people that think the Chiefs gonna get gat in this round? Who?
Not in this round, but throughout the season. Let me clarify myself. Let me clarify myself, bro. Throughout the year, the Chiefs haven't looked as impressive as they record, right? They've been escaping a lot of games, winning a lot of games, late field goals. Patrick Mahomes hasn't been a Patrick Mahomes we've been used to seeing. And so it's been some folks out there that's been speculating like, hey, the Chiefs could possibly get gat. But of course, most people, they're like, the Chiefs are the Chiefs. It's kind of dangerous to bet against Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha. I see where you're coming at with that one. I mean, look, Chiefs battled a lot of injuries, especially in the offensive side of the ball this year. Without Rashid Rice, I mean, he got took out by his own man, by Patrick Mahomes. He out for the year. Isaiah Pacheco, I mean, he was out for a long time. They had to reinvent Kareem Hunt, and that went well. Hollywood Brown pretty much didn't play the whole year. But he came back the last couple of weeks, and I saw a difference in that offense.
He's
nevertheless, like the Chiefs are going for a three-peat. Patrick Mahomes has not looked like Patrick Mahomes this year. Travis Kelce, for the most part, didn't look like Travis Kelce, but yet that defense played well, like really well.
Mm-hmm.
The offense made enough plays. Yeah, was there a couple of probably questionable calls, or maybe this one play went here, this one play went there, and we talked about maybe they have a 12-5, 11-6 record instead of a 15-2? Sure. But, at the end of the day, they took care of business. There was opportunities for other teams to really take advantage of a depleted Kansas City offensive team, and they ain't get it done. And once again, the road to the Super Bowl in the AFC goes through Arrowhead. So with that being said, Chiefs gonna win this game. Now, historically, in the last year and a half, they are terrible at covering the spread. So I think they should be able to cover this, but you never know. They may come out rusty in the first quarter and a half and then turn it up. I will say this: I didn't expect the Texans to play the way that they did last week, so that that showed me a lot there. That they gonna keep fighting, and they probably will come out and fight. But I mean, Chiefs gonna win. And the last time I think these two teams played, I think won the Texans up like 24-0, and the Chiefs came back and won like 51-30 or something like that, something ridiculous. So
yeah, beat them by 20 points.
With Deshaun Watson.
Watson, J.J. Watt. I was actually watching the game yesterday. It popped up on my timeline, y'all, on YouTube. The whole game randomly. So I know it was an algorithm that did it. And I clicked on it too like an idiot and I watched it for like 10 minutes. And I was saying to myself as I was watching
them throwback games.
Right, as I was watching it, I was saying to myself, like the normal fan, what if they would have won that game? How would things have looked today for both of these? You know what I'm saying, fellas? How would things possibly have looked? I don't know. Like if they won that game with J.J. Watt would have not departed Houston. It's funny how like those moments could be so impactful, And so as I was watching it, and I just kept thinking, what if, But here we are now, 2025. And so who you got, bro? Texas at Chiefs.
I can't bet against that number 15 and Andy Reid in the playoffs. Why would I? Every time we go against someone, we think they're gonna fall off, we think they're gonna lose. Voila. They come out with the W. So best quarterback in the league, best coach in the league. Can't go against that. Shout out to CJ and them though.
Right. Right. Voila. Yes. And so, yeah, I think y'all know where I'm at. Think this might be a yeah, thanks, Jamar, for cutting me off. And so I appreciate it, bro. And so, yes, I think we all got the Chiefs. The Commanders at the Lions, y'all, tonight. Oh my goodness. It's about to go down. Commanders at the Lions. Jamar, who you got for this one, bro? Did a rookie ride come to an end tonight?
Before I get into that, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Lions are favored by 9.5, 55.5 over under. Yeah. You know, Jane Daniels had a great season. Commanders as a whole, they like I mentioned, they probably won a lot of games they shouldn't have won, but nevertheless, 12-5 is 12-5. That's very impressive. Shout out to Dan Quinn, first time coach with the Commanders, second stint as a head coach overall. Cliff Kingsbury got the best out of the offense. Bobby Wagner did his thing, but no, this ends. This ends. And I think the Lions cover. I think the Lions beat them down. Do you know the prices for standing room tickets for today's game is a minimum of $500 in Detroit? It's going down.
Wow.
Like that stadium is about to turn up. Like there is no close game. Hashtag grit.
Okay. Yeah. And bro, this might be a tough pick for you because I know you like Jane Daniels, but I know you're a Lions fan.
Yeah, I do like Jaden Daniels, but can't go against the grit, baby. Lions Pride, we going up today. They're gonna do their thing, man. We're gonna see y'all in the championship game. I think it's gonna be a good game, though. I think it's gonna be a good game. Two good young teams. I think it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, it could be a lot of fireworks in this game for sure, man. Detroit gonna be turned up, man. And so, Jamar,
Okay, I got you.
right?
This computer lets me do it.
Yeah,
I got you.
Voila. And so, yes, Deshaun Reed stated, Motown, Monty is back. Sonic and Knuckles backfield is back. Gibbs has been phenomenal. The most explosive offense in the league will be too much for the Commanders. Yeah. So the only way Detroit probably lose this game, guys, is if Detroit find a way to lose the game. But if Detroit stays focused, then yeah. It's one of those games to where it all depends on Detroit. It just depends on them. And so we all got the Lions. The Rams at the Eagles, y'all. And we stated, Jamar, in the end that the Commanders could be a dangerous team. Here they are in the second round. Jamar, you've been on the ride for the Rams. When I asked you a team, I don't know if you remember, that could be dangerous going into the NFL playoffs, you stated the Rams. And so here they are in the divisional round up in Philly tomorrow. Philly was not all that impressive last week. Their defense was, but offensively they struggled. AJ Brown on the sideline reading books. It was nice. It's no reading is important, right? Reading is fundamental, right? But was it more to that? I mean, and so they are up against the Rams tomorrow. Do we have an NFC? Is the Rams? I mean, is the Rams going into Lincoln Financial Field, Jamar, pulling off an upset?
Whew. Before I say what I have to say, Eagles are favored by 6.5, 43.5 over under. Oh man. Like my brain says the Eagles win this game. My heart says the Rams can win this game. This is tough. And so here's the thing, like the coaching and the quarterback play, I'm taking the Rams over the Eagles. I'll take that combination between McVay and Stafford over Sirianni and Hurts. I will take that. The running back play, of course, goes to Eagles, but Kyron Williams is no slouch. the receivers, for me, I think it's dead even.
Ooh, that's tough, right? Those are 4 good wide receivers right there.
It is. The line, I might go Eagles, with the Rams line ain't bad, but the Eagles, I mean, it's the defense.
The Rams, if I'm not mistaken, Jamar, they got one of the best offensive lines in the league, right?
They do, and the Eagles do too.
Right, exactly. This is true. Both of them do. This is very true. Yes,
like
I heard
the
that
Eagles,
this week.
The Eagles defense, I will give the edge, but I mean, you know, the young people on the Rams like play the way that they did last week, then it's like, where we at?
That young defense, Jared Verse, shout out to him. That should be our defensive rookie of the year.
Yeah,
Definitely will.
Yeah. Yeah, he put the game away last week versus the Vikings.
So in special teams, I think for me that's a coin flip. So I think the only difference is the fact that they're playing in Philly in that weather, and I'm gonna pick the Eagles, but I'm use my favorite phrase. I don't have the warm and fuzzies at all. At all. I don't. I think the Rams could sneak them, but I'm gonna pick the Eagles.
Okay. Yeah. And bro, give us your analysis, your thoughts. Who you got?
So this should be a good game. Better than I think a lot of people are expecting it to be, but I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I think they'll control the game flow with Saquon. Toting the rock. He should have the record, but that's another story.
Ooh-wee.
Okay. And by the way, Deshaun Reed Sr. stated Philly had Saquon controlling the game to the point where we got A.J. Brown reading New York Times bestsellers on the sideline. It will be a close game because McVay is a mastermind in these situations. Eagles by a field goal. Deshaun, man, I agree with everything you stated, man. And it will be a close game because McVay is a mastermind in these situations. Eagles by a field goal. It goes in alignment with Ian and Jamar. Be a good game. The Rams, man, I just shout out to that organization, y'all. Shout out to Sean McVay. Shout out to Matthew Stafford. A lot of us didn't even think they'd be here, after Aaron Donald retired, and here they are, and those weapons. We saw that Puka, I call him Puka, that he was like, man, who is this rookie last year? I'm like, okay. And then you get a healthy Cooper Kupp back. You already got, you're a great slot receiver. We know about him. Kyron Williams. The Rams I'm excited for this team. And if they pull this off, they'll be way ahead of what we thought they would be. And so we got some teams, y'all, that could be around, that could be around for a while. Very young teams, the Commanders and the Rams. Very interesting stuff, y'all. Very intriguing. And so I'm with y'all. We're going to see what happens here, but I'm going to go with the Eagles as well. The Dan versus Dan Bowl will have 0 punts this game. 4th and 10, no problem. Punters jerseys will stay clean. And so, yeah, in other words, it sounds like, Deshaun, that both of these games could be a lot of fireworks, bro. A lot of fireworks in both games. Because I damn sure don't see Detroit wanting to punt for no reason. And so, I don't give a damn if it's 4th and 30. God damn it. And they're at the 5-yard line. Dan Campbell's still going to go for it because that's just what Dan Campbell do. Like, it could be 4th and 30 on the 5-yard line. Bro, still going to go for it. And so, I don't see Detroit punting at all. And so, this could be a weekend of fireworks for sure. Absolutely. And so, lastly, battle of MVPs. Okay. Both of these guys have been having this narrative on them for so long, and they have an opportunity, guys, to get this narrative off them. Super Bowl, finally. Ravens at Bills. Could MVP stakes be on the line here? Jamar, who you got for this one? Because I know damn sure a lot of people don't got the warm and fuzzies for this game.
Whew. Just so people know, the Ravens are favored by 1.5 on the road, 51.5 over under.
That makes sense.
All right, so for me, I actually have a better feeling about this game than the last game I picked.
Not me, bro.
I get it. This feels like a pre-Super Bowl game. Like
this is a heavyweight fight right here.
This has all the allure. Look, I'm picking Baltimore. These two teams played early in the year. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, I think week 4, and Baltimore won 35-10. The thing is, the difference maker is, and the reason why we think that if people think that the Ravens are going to be that team is because of number 22. The Bills don't have anything for that man. We saw it in week 4. Bills are a fast finesse defense. They can't stop that man. They can't. They are bend and don't break. They about to get broken in half, like Bane did Batman's back in The Dark Knight Rises. That's exactly what
they gonna get broken in Buffalo.
Yes, they gonna go through tables.
Okay.
Like the Ravens gonna put the Bills players through tables. That's exactly what's about to happen here.
WWE style.
Yes, 3D. Get the Dudley boys out here. It's going down. No, but in all seriousness, like I don't think they really have an answer for him. They're just not big enough on defense. And then when you add in the element Derrick Henry plus a Lamar Jackson, when they actually get the RPO going, I mean, we saw what they did to Pittsburgh. Like they had no answer for that. And I feel like Pittsburgh had a better personnel on the defense to stop the Ravens than the Bills do, just based off of personnel and matches alone. Now, Josh Allen's been phenomenal, but so has Lamar Jackson. Now, I understand Zay Flowers may not play, and that hurts. But once again, if you can't stop number 22, then all bets are off. So I got the Ravens.
Man, that's how damn deep the Ravens is, man. We sitting here contemplating Zay Flowers ain't even playing. But as you got number 22 in the backfield, man. And so, Ian, bro, who you got?
Going with the MVP, going with Lamar Jackson now. I know it's going to be tough because it's going to be cold and it's going to be a lot of snow in Buffalo. But yeah, man, I'm going with the Ravens on this one. I think Derrick Henry controls the game. And Lamar put him away.
Got you. And so Deshaun Reed Sr. stated the game of the week and possibly the postseason. MVP versus MVP, no matter who you are, no matter who you chose. There legit is no wrong answer. I got Josh Allen being Superman and weathering that cold front to a W. Allen gets it done this time around. I appreciate them both. This season, get your popcorn ready. Yes. And I'm with you. Deshaun, I'm with you. I got the Bills. The only reason why I got the Bills, y'all, is because they're in Buffalo. It's hard to kick a field goal in Buffalo. Justin Tucker has not been a Justin Tucker we know him to be. I could see them putting him under pressure. He is so battle-tested, Josh Allen, because of playing Patrick Mahomes. Now, don't get me wrong. Those two monsters in the backfield for Baltimore presents a significant problem. Guys like Isaiah Likely, Robert Wood. I mean, it's a lot of great weapons they have over there. And so, and excuse me, not for Robert Woods, he's over there. But this Baltimore team presents a great challenge. My biggest thing is that they are in Buffalo, y'all. It's hard to kick a field goal in Buffalo. It's hard. It's gonna be them Buffalo factors. It's gonna be snowing. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be windy. Then you got Josh Allen who can master that. I got Buffalo, y'all. I got Buffalo pulling off the championship game that most people have been one to see and been waiting for since the offseason. Everybody. Ravens, Chiefs, Ravens, Chiefs. But I think Buffalo, they come and they put a they spoil those plans, Jamar. And so I got Buffalo, fellas. I got Buffalo. And I got them in a close game. I think they pull it out. But I think this is, man, it ain't no way in hell that's not going to be a great game. It just will be because of the quarterbacks. These are two. I mean, what would you guys put Josh Allen and Lamar? They both top 5. Maybe top 3. These got to be the second and third best quarterbacks, probably behind Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, you got those two, and then you got Joe Burrow. So whatever combination of the
right,
have an order is it personal preference. I mean, they all get it done for me.
Got Jared Goff. You got Justin Fields. You got Caleb Williams. No, I'm trolling.
And so, fellas, let us now move on to the NFL reactions and overreactions. Jamar, you got the picks, bro. And so let us go through these. And so, gentlemen, Jamar, is it an overreaction to think that after watching Jayden Daniels do what he has done, and even last weekend, that he is the greatest rookie quarterback that you have ever seen in NFL history?
Oh, it's not an overreaction. It's not. I mean, they've been talking about it on the radio, and I've been thinking about it heavily. I mean, what he's doing, yeah. I mean, it's not overreaction. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. We're witnessing it. So.
Right.
Because you said greatest rookie quarterback, so yes.
Right. And Ian, bro, is it an overreaction to think that after watching Jayden Daniels, what he has did this season and even last weekend, and he is the greatest rookie quarterback that you have ever seen in NFL history?
Greatest. He's been one of them for sure. I would say one of them. Greatest is hard. We had a lot of great rookie starts, but yeah, definitely one of them. Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with that at all.
Okay. And so, secondly, gentlemen, is it an overreaction to think that after watching Jayden Daniels continue on his great run, that the further he progresses, the more we as Bears fans hurt because we had a chance to pick him as the first overall pick? Because honestly, when I see it, I kind of hope he loses, to be honest, because because I'm a Bears fan, and knowing that we could have had him, it's just like, man, like, oh. Now, if he go win a Super Bowl and make the Bears look even damn dumb. And so...
No, the Bears just dumb. The Bears are just dumb because they don't know how to develop quarterbacks. But, I mean, I see where you're going with that, bro.
Right, because a lot of people won't say it publicly, but it's like, it's there. I know it's there for some Bears fans. They don't probably say it publicly, but I know they'd be like, damn, like watching this kid continue to progress, we could have had him, and it's just like, go ahead, Jamar.
We always get the wrong one.
I think it's an overreaction because I think I don't think so. If they did take Jayden Daniels, I don't think he'll have the same season in the Bears uniform that he'll have in the Commanders uniform. Like if Caleb Williams went to the Commanders, he'll probably have a better season than what he's had in Chicago. I don't think it matters. So that's why I say it's overreaction. It don't matter. Like. The Bears are fundamentally
depends on the organization.
Yeah, they're fundamentally flawed right now. So it don't matter.
Right.
Like we could have drafted Patrick Mahomes instead of Mitchell Trubisky or Deshaun Watson instead of Mitchell Trubisky, and they would have probably turned out like Mitchell Trubisky did in Chicago. It don't matter. They have to fix the foundation. So,
wow.
There it is.
There it is. Yeah, and so. That makes sense. And so third, gentlemen, is it an overreaction to think, Jamar, that this NFL playoff will likely be the last NFL playoff run for one of the greatest tight ends in NFL history, Mr. Travis Kelce?
That's tough. I'm gonna say overreaction. I'm gonna say I think they're gonna ride until the wheels fall off. That's what I'm at. So they win.
You think again, Travis gonna stay with Pat?
Yeah. Okay. I say if they win, if they pull off the 3-peat, I think he'll be back again and try to go for a 4-peat. I think they're gonna ride until the wheels fall off.
Okay. Yes. And so, Ian, bro, is it an overreaction to think that this NFL playoff will likely be it will be the last playoff run for one of the greatest tight ends in NFL history, Mr. Travis Kelce?
Nah, they got a long way to go. I think, man, if they could 3-peat, it's possible to me they could 4-peat. If they can get it done this year, I think it's real possible to take a 4-peat. So no, he
Okay.
probably got another year or two in him.
Okay. All
But
right.
anything is possible with Mahomes.
Right. Okay. Yes. And Deshaun Reed Sr. stated, overreaction. Kelce stats will taper, but Mahomes and Reed are still the answer. And so, yeah, in other words, he could still just hang around because he got Reed, he got Patrick Mahomes. They take care of most of the load. I get it. Fourth, Ian, bro, is it an overreaction to think that this Detroit Lions, that for this Detroit Lions team, that anything less than a Super Bowl berth will be a failure for Dan Campbell and his football team? Not a championship game, but a Super Bowl berth.
No, it's not an overreaction. We need to get to the Super Bowl. We had the 49ers on the ropes and we let them off the hook. And my Dennis Green boys, RIP. Um, they gotta get to the bowl, man. We've been having an exceptional year. We gotta get to the bowl. We gotta finish the job, man. We gotta finish the job. It's not gonna be easy. Job.
Right. Yes. And so, Jamar, bro, just want to ask you, is it an overreaction to think that anything less than a Super Bowl berth will be a failure for Dan Campbell and this Detroit Lions football team?
Yeah, that's not an overreaction. They got to get there. Hey, this is it. Like they've been having the momentum to this point. If I'm not mistaken, Dan Campbell started off 3-13, and then 9-8, especially in the second half of that second year where they went on that run and knocked the Packers out the playoffs in the last game of the year. And then I think last year, I forgot what their record was. Was it like 13-4, 12-4? I forgot what it was. Good record. And now, this year, the number one seed, like the road through the Super Bowl is going through Detroit. We have never seen that before. We have never said that before. That's happening. And then also on top of that, your coordinators, both your coordinators, Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson, is more than likely going to be gone at the end of this year. Like, so you have to get it done. Right. This is it. Like this is generations of people that probably never seen Detroit win anything in their life. This is it. You got the whole blue collar workers, everybody just riding behind it. It's a wave. It's a Cinderella story. We all want to see it happen. Hell, I want to see it happen. Like, just get it done.
Right. Yeah. And so that now leads us to our last overreaction. Is it an overreaction to think that the quarterback who wins the divisional round playoff matchup of the Baltimore Ravens and Buffalo Bills contest, that this will be a deciding factor for the NFL committee on whom will win the NFL MVP award?
That is a super overreaction because they already had the votes. It's done. They just ain't announced it.
Facts.
Okay. All right.
I agree with Jamar.
Okay. And so the votes are already done. And so for everybody out there that's thinking that this game will somehow persuade the committee, is wrong. The votes are already out there. They knew that these votes must be done after the regular season. That's why they called it a regular season award. So we'll see. Yes.
All right.
Deshaun stated not an overreaction at all. Yes. They got to at least get there 4 players with over 1,000 yards from scrimmage. Goff is playing well. Losing Hutchinson hurts like hell. And possibly it will. And we're going to see, man, if losing Hutchinson will, because, it's nice to get it done in the regular season, but now it's the playoffs. And so we're going to see even starting tonight, if losing Hutchinson for the year, Aiden Hutchinson will hurt them. But they can do it. They have to, or else this year should be viewed as a disappointment. Yep. And so, yeah, voting is a wrap. They know. We don't know exactly. And so, and bro, let us get into the natty college football, the Ohio State Buckeyes, bro. Their international championship. They going up against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, bro. Monday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time in Atlanta at the Mercedes-Benz Dome in ATL. And so, bro, do I gotta ask you the question of who you going with? I'm assuming that you're going with the Ohio State Buckeyes, right?
Yeah, for sure. I do. I do think it's going to be a. I do think it's going to be a good game, but I just read something that one of the DBs from Notre Dame said they're going to play man coverage like they played all year. And in my opinion, it's not a good thing. I don't think y'all should play man to man. If y'all play man to man, it might be a long night. So, with that being said, I do think it will still be a good game though. But I don't know about playing man to man with Jeremiah Smith out there and those receivers and those running backs and all those
Yeah,
weapons.
those first round picks in Ohio State.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so sounds like Ian definitely has the Buckeyes. For our viewers, so y'all got for the national championship. Monday night, Atlanta, Georgia, Mercedes-Benz Dome. We done seen a great playoff that done took place, and I love it. This format has been great, but I heard again, and that they could be changing it again. But on the other hand, tonight, not tonight, Monday night, Ohio State, Notre Dame. Notre Dame is in the national championship again. Will it be different, y'all? Notre Dame, we saw what happened in them last time, and it was in the national championship. Monte and them got ran over, literally ran over. It was so bad to where Notre Dame they was getting whooped so bad to where the committee started and people started complaining to them like, hey, y'all got to change this format because big programs like Notre Dame, they just got a lot of money and stuff and good for business. They get in the national championship and they ain't ready for these SEC teams.
Yeah.
They ain't ready for these teams. And so
I don't think it's gonna be a game like that though. That'd be shocking, but I personally don't think it's gonna be a game like that. Marcus Freeman is going against his alma mater. So man, and I learned this week too, that he was the coach at Purdue because my cousin was on the team when he coached at Purdue. Yeah, I texted him. I said, man, he was on the. I said he was there when you was there. He was like, yep, he was our special teams coach. I said, wow, I didn't know that. So yeah, you got a former Purdue coach and a former Ohio State Buckeye going against the Buckeyes.
Exactly. Voila. Yes. And I learned that too, and I was reading that this week, and I'm like, wow, I never knew he coached at Purdue. And so shout out to Marcus Freeman, man. Jamar, bro, who you got for the national championship, man? Ohio State versus the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. I know you live in Indiana. I know that Ian is Ohio State Buckeyes fan. He picked Ohio State. Do you go with Ohio State or you go with Notre Dame, bro?
I am going. This is tough. So I'm gonna pick Ohio State. Part of me, like, I want to see Marcus Freeman in Notre Dame get it done, but look, I think I was.
They said they playing man to man. They said they playing man to man, like they've been playing all year.
Oh Lord.
There's some good receivers at Ohio State, man. Those some dogs.
Bruh.
I hope not all game.
That's not. No, it's not. It's not, Ian. It's not a good idea. I mean, Ohio State, like LSU, are wide receiver factories out here. You don't do that.
Factory, right? That's a factory. First round factory.
You don't do it. Like, especially the moment when they actually start giving the ball to the what's we call it?
Jeremiah Smith?
Yeah, it's over. It's over. It's over.
Yeah,
Especially playing man to man. It's over.
yeah, he told him not to play man to man.
Don't do it.
Mm.
I just
So
hope, just at least, I hope this Notre Dame team shows up in the national championship game this time around, as opposed to the Manti Te'o led team against Bama. Like,
yeah, Brandon just brought that up. Yep.
yeah, like please don't, like please show up for me. But
Right,
I think
because
it'd be
if so,
fun
it's
though.
just
Yeah, I think it'll be a
right.
good game. I don't think it's gonna be. I would be
Yeah.
shocked if we see a blowout. I don't think it's gonna be
It's,
that. It's gonna be a good game. I think maybe somebody will pull away or something.
I think it's either Ohio State maybe win by like 10 points or so, 10, 13 points, or Notre Dame squeaks it out at the end. Like Notre Dame wins close.
Right.
There's not going to
Notre
be a
Dame
Notre
will have
Dame
to
blowout. There's no Notre Dame
exactly.
blowout in this game.
Right. Mm-mm. Yeah. Yeah. Notre Dame really do that against anybody. Every game they always in a tight game. And so, some people even felt that if Georgia was healthy, that Georgia would have beat Notre Dame. That's what I was hearing. And so, whatever, Notre Dame made it to the national championship. They did what they had to do. They played a lot of great football. And so I'm with you guys, though. I don't know much about this Notre Dame team other than the fact that they lost to Northern Illinois. They got it together after they lost to Northern Illinois. Shout out to Northern Illinois, y'all, who got moved, y'all, to a bigger conference. Shout out to NIU. I know Deron and everybody, all the Morgan Park alumni who went to NIU is very proud, Ian, because NIU has been a very successful team, actually, y'all. They've been very successful in the MAC. And finally, after this season, Jamar, they done did some great things, won a bowl game in a fantastic fashion. Watch that game. I think it was the Idaho Potato Bowl. And now they got moved to the Mountain West. Congrats to this football program. But Notre Dame is in the national championship, and they are there because of physical football, one of the best tight ends in football, one of the best scrambling quarterbacks in football. He's very efficient, this quarterback for Notre Dame, guys. This will be a very good game. But I'm going to go with Ohio State. But I don't have the warm and fuzzies for this one. I don't. I think it'd be a great game because Ohio State often play with their food, if that makes sense. And they've been doing it all season, losing to Michigan. Neither one of these teams are perfect, guys. Neither one of them. It's not like coming into it's not like Oregon, Jamar. It's not like Oregon. Both of these teams got losses where we were looking at them like, huh? Remember, y'all, we was just talking about Ryan Day 3 weeks ago. His ass need to be fired, right? We was just saying that about him.
Yep, and that's why we
just saying that
said
about
he
him.
run off and go win the natty. He gonna be all right. And we here, so he got to finish
Right.
the job. And if he don't win the
Right,
natty,
you know?
he need his ass fired. because he should have been winning natty by now with them.
Oh, my slime hurt.
I would say this. In the last, what year is this? 25. In the last maybe 4 years, or no, maybe like in the past 5 or 6 years, they've had exceptional offenses. So he definitely should have been in the. Well, he did go one time with Justin Fields, but he should have won a national championship by now. But their defense has kind of been lacking. So this is the best defense that they've had since 2019 with Jeff Okuda, Chase Young, and that was Justin Fields' first year starter. They should have won a natty that year. They should have went to the natty that year against LSU. That's what everybody wanted to see, but Chris Olave runs the wrong route. Justin Fields throws an interception. We lose to fucking Clemson. They fucking got the shit beat out of them against LSU. Nobody wanted to see that. But anyways,
I felt some pain in there, man.
yeah. Oh yeah, and they got cheated when
Right, against I think it was against LSU.
Clemson.
Is it Alabama or LSU? One of them.
No, it was Clemson when he
It was
stripped
Clemson.
T. Higgins and they called it was a fumble. We ran it back for a touchdown. Then they called it an incomplete pass.
Right, I remember
the
he stripped T. Higgins. Yeah,
the worst call in college football history. But
I remember that.
They should have been to the national championship that year. They did get blew out by Devontae Smith and Najee Harris. They just lost to a better team. So this is his year. He get it done in the regular season, and We love that. He ain't been beating Michigan for the last 4 years. I don't know what the hell he got going on, man. I think, but you know what? I think Michigan has a great defensive coordinator, Wink Martindale. I think he's been getting. I think he just got interviewed for a couple DC jobs in the NFL too. I just think he just got their number right now. Um, yeah. So this is Monday night. This is it? Like Michael Jackson said, this is it, man. He got to get it done, man.
Mm,
Got to finish the job. He finished the job.
right,
Hey, Ryan Day is all right with me, man.
right.
Ten
This is
years,
his
ten,
opportunity right here.
10 years ago we won the Natty. It's time for it to. We won the first. We won the first college football playoff championship ever. Let's win the first time. It's been 12 teams. Come on, let's bring it on back home. 10 years later, bring it
Right.
on back.
Exactly. Exactly. Right. Make Urban Meyer proud. Yes. And so y'all didn't get it.
Big
Anywho,
Herb.
let's progress. Shout out to Urban Meyer, by the way, y'all. He got he's a finalist for the Hall of Fame. So good for him. And so let us now progress, y'all, to NBA Convo. We stated that we would talk about a topic, some briefly that we wanted to talk about with the NBA. And so we see that our buddy Jimmy Butler, he actually just posted last night that he's back, Jamar, in. He suited up last night for the Heat. And so for the moment he's back. On the other hand, anything you guys got from the NBA and anything you got from the NBA that's just on your mind at the moment, bro?
Well, we had Lonzo Ball play Melo last night, like for the first time in the last, I don't know, over 1,000 something days. That was pretty cool. The Bulls did
Right.
lose, but it was good to see.
Damn,
Um,
they lost to the Hornets.
yeah, they lost by like 2 or 3 or something like that. Um, all three brothers were in the house, so that was a good thing to see. Jello, he got the
Right.
hottest song out right now. And the two brothers
Mm-hmm.
played against each other last night, so that was pretty good to see. Um, the Cavaliers are still good, man. Cavaliers are still
Yeah.
good, and the Thunder. I think we got to push out there for the MVP for sure.
Yeah. For sure, bro. For sure, man. And shout out to the Thunder, man, because I know you see they took care of Cleveland mightily this past week. They blew them out. It wasn't nowhere near close. They were up by 40 some points in the game.
Yeah,
Um, Cleveland, they laid a complete egg. It was so bad to where they rested in the fourth quarter, dog. And so I know for most of the season, everybody's been looking at Cleveland as the best team right now in the regular season. But man, the way Oklahoma City done blew them out, bro, it lets me know that that's the best team in the NBA right now. And that if I were to have a finals preview, man, right now it'd be Oklahoma City versus Boston.
yeah. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
gauntlet in that West, but yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
They gotta grow
man.
up. They gotta
You've been
grow up
seeing it,
sometime.
right? You've been seeing them Grizzlies, bro. Like you saw
Yeah,
that
yeah,
dunk,
yeah,
bro. You saw that dunk.
yeah. Ja
Did you see
Morant.
that dunk?
Yeah, Mister. I'm not gonna dunk anymore. I was like,
Right,
bro, knock it
exactly,
off.
right.
I'm like, bro,
Said
knock
that a
it off.
couple months ago, right?
Hey, I said a couple weeks ago, like, man, bro, come on, bro. You gonna be dunking
Man,
again, bro.
like,
It's. I
and
mean,
excuse me, yeah, it was about a month ago he
sport,
said that.
sports is reaction. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you've been doing that your whole life. It's gonna be hard to say, oh, I'm not gonna dunk. I'm gonna lay it up. Like, no, not gonna stop dunking, bro. You're
Right,
too young,
right,
bro. I get.
right,
Maybe he don't want to, hit the floor as much and put so much wear and tear on his body. But I mean, bro, it's gonna be hard not to dunk sometime, bro. You're too
right.
explosive, too athletic.
Too explosive, man. He be taking off like a rocket, bro. Like,
Yeah, bro.
man,
Like knock,
he took off. He took off like a rocket on Victor Wembanyama.
yeah, knock it off, bro.
Man, that was gorgeous, man. And so, the Grizzlies, though, bro, man, like when he's on the floor, they just a completely different team.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And so for me, honestly, bro, my top two candidates for MVP is SGA, and
Hmm.
number two right now is John Morant, because they are number two in the standings in the West.
Yeah, we got to
Yeah.
tip our hat to Russell Westbrook, man. Russell Westbrook and Nikola Jokic, man.
Yeah.
They've been balling together,
Tri-
man. I've been liking that, man.
yeah. Triple double monsters, man.
Yeah, the triple double kings, man. They've been doing their thing, bro. Man, shout out to Russ,
Absolutely.
man.
Yeah. Right. And so let me ask you this, bro. If you'd have to go on a 7-game series between OKC and Denver, who would you go with?
Oh, that's tough. Might have to go with Denver just because of experience, but I do think it will go 7 games though. 6 or 7 for sure.
Mm,
I think I would go with
mm,
Denver
okay.
just because of the experience. That would be a tough matchup though. Because
Right.
who
That's why.
I mean they got Chet, but I don't know if Chet can. I mean shit. I don't know if anybody can stick
Well,
Jokic.
he ain't back yet. He been injured, bro. He been injured actually.
Yeah.
He
I'm
not
just
back
saying,
yet.
yeah, I'm just saying like in the future, like if he was healthy
Mm-hmm.
and they played,
Yeah.
man, who
Right.
gonna stick Jokic?
Right. And it had to be Chet, but he ain't gonna be able to stick him.
Yeah, I mean
And that's a
shit,
good
ain't no,
question. That's a good point.
What about
Nobody gonna be able to stick
Hardenstein?
him.
Hardenstein, whatever his name
Oh
is.
yeah, that's right.
man,
They got Hardenstein. He could be a
yeah,
body.
but I mean shit, if
I,
Anthony Davis can't stick him,
I was about to
I mean
say, I don't. Nobody can stick that
can
man
stick, yeah,
except maybe
Nobody can
Dwight
stick
Howard,
him.
but Dwight Howard not in the league. So
Like Victor Wembanyama was trying, y'all. Like, y'all saw a couple weeks ago, the Spurs beat the Nuggets, and it was a really good game. And then Joker came back and put up a 46 point, 20 point, 20 rebound triple double.
we
yeah,
can
yeah, we
now.
can.
Yeah. Connection got lost, but he came back, y'all, and put up a 46 point, 20 rebound triple double. Sent a clear message to Victor Wembanyama. Never life seen somebody put up 40 points, make a triple double with that. It's dominant. If that ain't dominance, then I don't know what dominance is. Like, if that ain't dominance, then I have no clue what dominance is. Somebody
Yeah,
literally go
that's
out and put that
tough.
up. So that's just amazing. It's just amazing, man. So with that being said, fellas, that's our NBA convo. Jamar, anything you got for the NBA that's on your mind, bro? Guess as we talking basketball and hoops right now.
Yeah, the stinky Chicago Bulls is on my mind. Dude, they gonna literally play their
Blowing a
ways into
game last night to
purgatory.
the Hornets.
I mean, the game by game basis, that's a whole nother ball game. I'm just thinking about the longevity of this team. Look, if they don't finish in the top 10, they lose their draft pick. But at the same time, like they're not good enough to, in my opinion, to get to the actual playoff. So it's like you got Zach LaVine that's been balling out of his mind. Trade that man. You got Vucevic out here that's been okay. Trade that man. Basically,
Yeah,
we cannot be
he
sitting
gave him
here in
40
purgatory.
last night.
He dropped 40? Him?
Yeah, he dropped.
Vooch?
He dropped 40 last night and they lost. Yep.
Hey. Yeah, they should be on the phone trading him right now.
Yeah, he dropped. He ball yesterday. Dropped 40. I was like, damn.
They need to go. The Bulls need their top 10 pick. Matter of fact, Bulls need to find a way to get the number 1 pick. Because we cannot be sitting here living in mediocrity. We can't do it.
That's definitely what they doing.
And they don't care. They don't
Yep.
care.
Cause we still gonna show up to the game just like them just like them Bears.
I have no problem boycotting the Bulls.
Mhm.
Like I boycotted the heck out the White Sox. I ain't watched a single game last year. I ain't watched a single clip, no radio broadcasting, nothing. And for the Bulls, they making it real easy because either you gotta have that antenna or you gotta pay a subscription to watch them. Who in their right mind gonna pay a subscription to watch the Bulls? Who?
Not me.
Right. Only way is if they have an opportunity to get into the playoffs.
Let's say like
But other
who?
than
Like
that,
this,
nobody ain't watching the Bulls.
like
No.
this segment is sponsored by a owl right now because I don't keep saying who. like nobody. Like I'm not doing it. I refuse. And even I think the Blackhawks and the White Sox on the same subscription. I'm not doing a darn thing. Nope.
No, that's okay.
I could keep I could spend my $20 on something better. So yeah, that's
Exactly.
where I'm at with
Right.
the conversation. I could
Yeah,
be bad all by
man.
myself.
The Bulls, yeah. The Bulls, man, they are just one of those franchises. We all know they've been mediocre. 8, 9, 10 seed play in somewhere in that ballpark. But we don't have no real expectations of a championship or anything, even into the playoffs, really. You know, and if we know they would get into the playoffs, they would get whooped in the first round. And so we don't have any expectations for the Bulls. And so we'll see what happens, guys, as the season progresses. Shout out to the Thunder. Y'all need a championship in OKC. Sit they don't have. You done had Carmelo Anthony, Paul George come through. You had Reggie Jackson. He was a great ball player. You had, Serge Ibaka. You had a lot of great talent in OKC, and you couldn't bring in the title. But now Sam Presti has brought in another great roster, Jamar. And I just want to put that out there, bro. It's time for a championship in OKC. It's time to hold a banner in OKC. It's time to stop living in, we're going to get to the second round of the conference finals. It's time to get a championship in OKC. It's time to hold that banner. And so that's where I'm at right now with the OKC Thunder. I hope they continue to do well throughout the regular season. But, with that team, I just want to see what they do, man, come April, May, June. That time. And so, yeah. So with that being said, on the other hand, something that's new. We want to talk about with hoops as well. 3 basketball league. Jamar, bro, are you excited about this, man? Looking at the roster, like it's a lot of good talent, man, on these teams. A lot of the best WNBA talent on these teams. This basically, bro, is an all-star WNBA all-star game, literally. It's just they playing 3-on-3s, literally.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to this guy named Pierre. Because I remember seeing, like, every now and then seeing some type of promo for it or something, but I wasn't really fully paying attention. But he pretty much brought it to my attention earlier, a few days ago, like that it was coming out. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about it. So shout out to him. I actually trying to get him as a guest in the near future on the pod because he's very, very knowledgeable in sports. Very knowledgeable. So trying to get him as a guest one day. But yeah, dude, like, so they played first couple games yesterday. Still getting used to the team names and stuff, but Stewie was in action. Angel Reese, Rike, they were in action. Skylar Diggins was in action. And then we got a couple games today, and then you got some on Monday. So yeah, I mean, we know the women will always play hard. Yeah. And we know in nature 3-on-3 is a more of a physical, like, in your face. It's not for the weak at all. 3-on-3, you can get exposed. 3-on-3, it takes a certain mindset to play some 3-on-3 at a high level. So heck, I mean, growing up, I mean, they had a bunch of 3-on-3 tournaments for the kids and the youth and stuff. So I mean, 3-on-3 is definitely something that we're all familiar with. So yeah, to see them out here, I'm gonna definitely be tuned in a lot more. The fact that it's broadcasting on TNT, that's always a great thing. I feel like the women in general are definitely taking advantage of all the the marketability that's been happening over the last like 12 to 24 months here. So yeah, I'm
Right.
excited. I'm gonna definitely watch it. I mean, sometimes I feel like their product's better than the men's at times. So yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Right. Yeah, because these women are definitely competing and they're competing hard. And that's one thing that I'm liking to see is that they are competing hard and the marketability is definitely being taken advantage of. You got to ride the wave. So to see what happens. Actually, so this league, we want to point out this league on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. And it's a beautiful thing, guys, because it's a womanly owned. You understand, guys? This is a womanly owned basketball league. It's not like it's a league that's owned by this or that. This league was founded by Breonna Stewart and by Nafisa Collier. And I'll let that sink in. This was founded by Breonna Stewart and Nafisa Collier. These are founded by women. And so to see that, it's very, very great to see that these women are taking their money and they're letting the money now works for them. And it's providing an opportunity for 36 to get the basketball in the United States and months. And so it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing to see. 2 months of basketball founded by women, okay? Founded by Breonna Stewart, founded by Nafisa Collier. We know Nafisa Collier just did her thing with the Minnesota Lynx. Ian. She was the WNBA Defensive Player of the Year, runner for MVP. Breonna Stewart, we know who she is. These are both Olympians, winners, both UConn alum. They founded this league, bro. 2 months. Okay. That's all you get from my rival. 2 months. But I love, you know what I love the most in is that in this time, they don't have to go overseas, bro. They ain't got to.
Yeah, they ain't got to go far from their families and all that.
Right here. That's what I love the most about this league, bro. They stay right here in the U.S. and play the game that they love and still make these and deal with rules in Russia and crazy governments and all that other crap. Yeah. And so with that being said, yes, we wanted to point that out to you guys. Support this stream, the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. We appreciate you guys' support. Take your telephone, pull up that QR code, and from there you can support us. We got merchandise, we got clothing, we got a lot of things down the pipeline. And so we appreciate you all, appreciate your love, your support. And if you want to support us, just hit that QR code. We pop up, we there. And so appreciate you guys in advance and appreciate your love, support. So with that being said, Ian, as we progress, bro.
Yeah, just gotta shout out a couple players. We got a couple players and a couple coaches to go into the College Football Hall of Fame this past week. Yeah, this past week. So we got Terrence Metcalf. If I'm not mistaken, that is DK Metcalf's father. He played at Ole Miss. We got Steve Slayton. He used to play at West Virginia. Got Michael Strahan. Got Michael Vick. Got Michael Huff. Monty Ball used to play at Wisconsin. And for the coaches,
Right, Wisconsin, the running back, yeah.
We got Urban Meyer, and another notable one is the great Nick Saban. We got Nick Saban going into the Hall of Fame. So shout out to those guys. And I do have a question. Do you think Deion Sanders should be the coach for the Cowboys?
Well, for me, I heard some news about him potentially declining. But if now let's just say hypothetically, bro, if he were to be interested in the Dallas Cowboy job, I would just be really interested in between him and Jerry Jones. Who who's gonna be the voice around there? Will Jerry Jones let him have the voice? You see, he's never done that in
Hmm.
his career, bro. He's always had to be the alpha voice, the Jerry's world, the marketable person for the franchise. But then if you have Dion in there, Dion is prime time. And so work, love to see it. Because it would just be craziness on TV. It'll be like a reality show. It'll be some coming out of there between Jerry Jones, Deion Sanders probably be making some comments. I don't know, man. It'd be something. And so it'd be great for our network. It'd be great for viewings. It'd be great for viewers, all that stuff. But I don't know how it would work, but I love to see it if it was to happen. Jamar?
Yeah.
Question about Dion and the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think he should be the coach? Even though um somebody kind of spilled the beans already. I kind of figured that he wasn't going to be the coach, but Pac-Man Jones basically stated um he's not leaving Colorado, and I'm assuming that could be very true because I know him and Pac-Man is very close. He did state that he thinks Ben Johnson will be in Las Vegas. I think that's they trying to wrap up a deal for him to go to Las Vegas. And it was another one that he said, who's the other coach? Who's the other hot coach? Not Mike McCarthy. Who's the other hot coach?
Uh,
Um,
Todd
Kellen
Monken.
Moore.
Yeah, Kellen Moore. He said Kellen Moore will probably more than
Uh,
likely be the next Cowboys coach. So we'll see if he's right, but I kind of believe that's kind of true.
I can see that. I mean, Kellen Moore used to be part of that staff.
Yep.
Uh,
right.
Somebody Jerry Jones can control.
yep,
Yep.
yeah, that definitely fits them up.
Right.
Ben Johnson and the Raiders, I can see that, especially since they got a GM spot open, and he might have the ability to bring in his own GM like he wants to, reportedly. So, yeah, I can see all of that happening as stated. So, I can see
Right.
that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So wouldn't that be crazy to see though? Literally, Deion Sanders in Dallas with Jerry Jones. Boy, that'd just be something. That'd be something. And so that state it'd be great for business though, great for marketability for sure.
Yeah.
And so, you know, Dallas Cowboys already worth a lot of money. Um, that market value will go up for sure. They bring in Dion, but will it translate to
I just
wins? You know, will it translate to finally getting over that hump? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think I mean me perfectly to be honest, even when the even when they came out and said that they had a conversation with Dion and Jerry Jones, I just felt like it was just for giggles and just to make a call. I felt like it was a very long shot. I mean, you got to think about it. They just gave Dak 60 million a year. Nobody's going to take on Dak's contract. Dion already stated he's been stating for the last probably 15 to 20 years that he never wants to coach in the NFL. And the only way he would coach in the NFL or even listen to the thought of it is if he gets to coach his boys. The Cowboys are a long shot to get the first pick. Shador Stacy wants to be the first pick. He's going to be the first pick off the board. He's not going to fall to 12. You got Dak at 60 million. Nobody's going to take on that contract, and it's just a long shot. And then you know you got to think about even if it did happen, how is the locker room going to accept Dion? I know a lot of people look up to Dion and admire Dion, but at the end of the day, you gotta be a coach. He's coaching grown men. It's not, college kids. These are grown men with families, and how is that going to fare? If Shador's playing, if they get in the game and Shador's playing bad, is he going to bench him? Is it going to be hard to win the team over if they were to potentially give up Dak just to get Shador and just to get him over there? I don't think that it would go well in the locker room. And it's just a lot to it, and I never really seen it as a real possibility. It was basically just smoke and mirrors to me. I didn't see him leaving Colorado. Not for Dallas, no.
Right,
And
right, 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 right.
I don't like the way that Jerry Jones went about the Mike McCarthy situation. Uh, you block him from, even though he ended up he probably gonna be the Bears' next head coach anyway. But even though you block him from having a interview with the Bears a couple weeks ago, just to come back and say, "Oh, we don't want you here no more. We're gonna part ways," and you did all of that for what? Just to call Deion Sanders, and he probably not even gonna come because it's not possible that it's very unlikely that y'all gonna get Shador, and that's the only reason why he took the call, and probably because of their prior relationship. But who wants to be a coach up under a GM like that or owner like
Hmm.
that? Me personally, I'm I'm good. So
Right,
I didn't like that.
right, right, right. Yeah, man. We gonna see what happens with the Cowboys. And so, with that being said, fellas, it's not. And so, as we head into the weekend, Jamar, bro, any final thoughts or shout outs as we head into the weekend?
Um, well, I will say, even though the Bears, are interviewing everybody. Hell, I had an interview with the Bears yesterday for about 3 hours. Um, but one thing I will say, one thing I will give them credit on the report that came out this morning, they did inquire about the availability of Mike Tomlin. They did do that.
Mm,
They was told no, but
Good.
the fact that they tried, like, okay, all right, like I give them that. Like, at least they tried to go in that direction. So that's all I got.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so, bro, any final thoughts?
shout out to us. It's been a while since it's just been us three on here. So shout out to us. Shout out to all the listeners and everybody that watched and commented this morning. Um, another should be another good weekend of football. It's winding down. It's kind of sad. Um, yeah, and everybody stay safe. It's gonna get cold these next couple days. Today is probably the last day. It'll be 30, 40 degrees. So stay warm and be safe out here and enjoy some good football. And it's a holiday weekend, so um, shout out to Martin Luther King Jr. And that's all I got, guys.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Shout out to MLK. Happy out to a lot of birthdays in January. My sister' birthday is today as well. Happy birthday to my wonderful sister. Happy birthday,
Oh, happy
sister. Happy
birthday!
birthday, CC.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Happy birthday, Chloe. Her birthday's coming up. And so it's birthdays is coming up. It's a lot of January birthdays. Happy birthday to my niece this week. So it's a variety of birthdays. And so um, just want to let everybody know that it's a lot of great football happening this week, a lot of great sports. And that, hey, go for it. Just go for it in life. Go for what you believe in. Go for what you love. Go what makes you happy. And at the end of the day, it all add up as long as you keep God in the midst. And so with that being have early morning. Continue to chop up with us. Let's talk sports with us on the Early Morning Sports Talk podcast. We are here. Your love and support is truly appreciated. We hope you all have a blessed and safe